Hello everybody, welcome back to JWalks, and I'm back after a little break. So I hope all of you guys have finished your semesters very well, unlike me. Or there's also few who regularly work instead of studying. I hope your work is great as well. You are about to welcome one of the greatest holidays ever. Because anyway, golden year is coming, 2020. It's like it looks symbolic, sounds symbolic, right? So today we're gonna talk about a very special topic. Every time you can say, he says every time, special topic, what kind of special topic it may be. So well, this is not a presentation, this is not something more terrifying than the death itself. This is not Harvard course. So today we're going to talk about how I survived my first ever semester at the INHA University. How well I managed it, how well I managed my midterm exams, final exams, and you'll get to know some of the ways like you can access to the course curriculum of your university, because every university has different system, and I'll try to show you how mine works, and I'll also try to give you some tips on how to do a better semester next time. In general, I'll share with you like 4 or 5 lessons I actually learned from the first semester, and I'll never try to repeat them in the future. So let's fire up. Fearless. So I'm sitting near my computer and I'm ready to show you what I told I will show you. And I know this video may take a lot of your time, but believe me, it's gonna be worth it. It's totally worth it, because I'm going to try to show you the stuff that you'll be doing a lot in your university. I'm saying really a lot, because through this first semester I've been using the systems a lot, and I'm ready to show you them. So let's get to the computer. So we are here on my desktop, so you can see how the desktop of Jay looks like. So this is my little creative artwork for my channel, and I use it as my desktop wallpaper as well. And don't get surprised, but my desktop doesn't really look this clean always, because it's usually messed up, but I've corrected this for this video. So for our work, I prefer to use Firefox more than the Google Chrome, because my Google Chrome doesn't really work that much well. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna check up one of the portal systems to see anything about the grades and courses. So that's called, in our case, sugang.inha.ac.kr. So let's go into it. So here's the website, and it's in Korean, but we can change the language to English right here, because my department is one of very few courses at our university that are entirely taught in English. So here I put in my student ID, and I need to write my password to get logged in. So here we go. Here we have, as you can see, course registration guide, like for those who don't know how to register for their courses. Here, course evaluation and grade. Here you can evaluate the courses every semester, your opinion about the professors, how well they did, or what they lacked during this semester. So you can report anything, and you can check your grades as well, but I'm not gonna go into that. I have no intention of showing my grades right now, but I can later. So here as the actual course registration, or this is also a great chance for summer winter session for earning extra credits. Here is the curriculum, but I cannot show you the list of my courses here because it's got emptied. I don't know why for the previous semester, so that's why I'm going to use another system. So here, like, we're done here, but believe me, this is the portal system that you're gonna be using a lot if you choose to apply to INHA. So the next website is called learn.inha.ac.kr. So it's called INHA University iClass system. So as you can see here, again, we're gonna put our like student ID and we're gonna get logged in. So here we go, it's welcoming us. Yeah, here you can see my list of courses. The first one is basic Korean course, and this is also super useful, but I'm just introducing the courses here. I'm going to be providing details a little later, okay? So here we have English communication, introductory engineering maths, for an easy seminar. This is a special seminar, not every university has this, I'll explain. And we have reading seminar, software programming, and understanding of economics. So basically this, but here you can also like directly communicate with the professor. Professor can send you assignments and some announcements as well, homework stuff. So I'm going to show you one. For example, let's click software programming, and here, yeah, you see, for example, we have announcements here, like your grades are announced, or assignments, homework number 4, or content, like what you actually cover in the class, like PDF or total graphics classes. It's all about programming. So we're done here. Let's get to the explanations of the courses. So yeah, we're back again to explain the courses, and here I have my list of courses and I'm going to explain them, like provide details one by one. So here we go. First is basic Korean. I'm sure you have heard before that almost every university you choose in Korea, they are going to put like any kind of Korean course like to the curriculum, because they think that this is necessary, because let's say you're going to graduate your undergraduate course, and there is a high possibility that you are going to be working in Korea after your graduation, because once you're studying in Korea and you're probably going to work in Korea. Like, it's not the true, but it's true like for 70 or 60% of the cases. And the next, what we have English Communication Advanced. Well, this may seem a little surprising because this is the course entirely taught in English, because you're supposed to know English like already by the time you come here. But believe me, this was one of the best courses I have ever taken in my life, not to mention this semester only. So this was the course where we just like let it go freely, and like it was all about communication and how to enhance our speaking abilities, because anyway we're going to be people of a global arena, and that's really important, like to be able to speak English very fluently, just like native speakers. Okay, next one, introductory engineering maths. Wow. Let me not talk about it because I just can't stand math. I'm kidding. Yeah. Anyway, so engineering maths. This is called engineering maths, and here we learned like math stuff from calculus.
Oh my god, triple facepalm.
This was not something we really expected we'd be studying, but anyway, we had to. Because there was, our department was initially like global studies department, but then it got divided into two. Like, one is international business and trade, and second is integrated systems engineering. So they wanted to do an experiment with it, like, and they put us the courses from the both majors, and to see what's what and who's got abilities in what. So we were put like extra subjects: introductory engineering, maths, and software programming, which is the part of ISE, which is integrated system engineering. So calculus was totally disaster. Like that's actually what brought my score down in the end. So if you're good at maths, you're lucky. Next one, phronesis seminar. Yeah, if you remember, I told that this is a special course that only our university has this. So phronesis seminar provides opportunity for students to get easily adapted to the life of Korean. Like we have lectures from different people, like talking about like how to deal with the situations involving police, or what else, how to make an effective presentation, how to get a part-time job legally, and all that stuff. So this was like pass and fail class, but it was okay. Next is reading seminar. Yeah, I have to mention this is one of the best courses too, because the professor James Kang was, the one who inspired me a lot during the semester, because there were the times I got low, the ups and downs of the semester. So this course was basically about self development and leadership. I just mentioned it earlier, more than this, in the video about I did something more than this. Okay, the next is software programming. As I said, this is also part of the major integrated systems engineering. We learned how to code in the programming language Python. Python, I don't know if you know this is one of the very popular like programming languages, but not in Asia. I think in Europe and in America, in Western countries, they use it a lot. For example, our popular applications, YouTube, Instagram, and all of them were made using Python. Okay, and the last one is understanding of economy. So this is part of international business and trade. So understanding of economics, my expectations from this course were really high, but they got mixed up a little because of the professor, because I didn't really think that this course would be taught by a woman, because when I say economics, some man comes to my mind. But that was okay. The only problem was she couldn't engage the audience as much as the audience wanted to be engaged. I didn't participate in the classes so actively, but in the end, I think I cracked it.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Because that's my major, that's what I need to be good at. So yeah, basically the courses are like this. So now let's get to the lessons I learned from this semester. So as you can see, the first lesson is get some good amount of sleep every day. That's probably one of the first ever problems that you face in South Korea, like getting adapted to the time zone here. It's really difficult because when we came, with my friends, we used to fall asleep like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's really bad because you have to get up to go to your lesson at 9 o'clock, and if you sleep only 3 or 4 hours, that means that your day isn't necessarily gonna be as productive as you think. So yeah, that's the lesson. I know it's hard, but I think it's manageable. This is another big problem among the students here, and most of them are, I understand that they have to work sometimes to cover their daily expenses, because coming from our Uzbek mentality, especially boys, they don't want to receive any money from their parents, and I'm totally fine with it. I also try to do so, but this doesn't really mean that you have to cram for your exams the last day, like one day before the exam. I know we have a lot of memes about it, but I don't think that's a good idea, because I myself tried to do so in my midterm exam, and my midterm exam results were unfortunately disappointing, and that was one of the steps that took me or led me to a bad grade. But hopefully and thankfully I tried to change the way of studying and did better in my final exams. This is another important thing that I want to remind you of. Whenever you study, try to encourage teamwork. Even if your assignment doesn't really require this, and even if your professor doesn't really like dividing up you to the team so that you can work in a group, I would love you to get encouraged to do so by yourselves, because when you learn on your own, sometimes you can be a lone wolf and you can be okay with learning with that. But I did the both, and I compared the effectiveness, and I think that studying with a group, or at least with one partner, makes a lot of difference. Because when you study with a person, you can get to discuss what you have learned, and that's also practically putting your knowledge into use in some way, and that's going to prepare you more, especially for your exams. And I did so with, for example, studying economics. Economics is a little tough subject for those who don't know it, who don't know the basics, so discussing it with someone can really be helpful. So try to do so next time, or the time you start your first semester if you are not university student yet. So the last lesson is a little general, but I think it does have a bearing on your overall performance during the semester. If you're not going to do it like properly, you're going to suffer more. So I mean the course registration. Of course, when you are first semester student or second semester student, it can be a little hard for you to decide your courses on your own. But anyways, in our case, it was a little unfair that they put like introductory engineering math or software programming, because this was the subjects we didn't really expect, and many of the students didn't like the subjects as well. So what happens when you don't like the subjects? Of course, your enthusiasm dies out. There's nothing you can really do about it, and that sucks. That can drain your energy from everything, because when something you expected doesn't happen, that naturally goes to your head and creates chaos, and that's not really good. So be very mindful of what courses you take, because if you're not gonna like them, then there's a high possibility that you're going to screw them. Yeah, screw them. I mean it. So choose wisely. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you got something informative as well as interesting for your future studies. I believe some of you are already students at some universities, and some of you are yet to apply and become university students finally. And I believe the tips I have shared are going to help you have an effective semester at any university you choose, because these are the tips I have undergone myself, and these are the mistakes I have made myself. So try to follow them, and that's basically what smart people do. And if you are smart, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, because I'm going to be sharing a lot more cool content anytime in the future. So also subscribe to my Telegram channel called Locus Hub. There I also share interesting stuff, articles, news, and anything interesting that help you grow professionally and personally. And also subscribe to my Instagram and Facebook accounts. I'll leave the links below. So thank you. Have a productive time.